So what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel once again. You know I appreciate having you here. Now I'm out and about on a little 250 again. It's raining again. Well, it is England. Over the last 2 days we've had over a month and a half of water dropped in just 2 days. You know when you get the feeling that this is going to be a mistake? It's one of those feelings. Right, so first of all, let me address the thing that people have asked me the most about this bike at the moment, and that's how are these tyres on the road? And to be honest, they're not very good. They're a bit wallowy. It's like you've got a puncher front and rear. It just moves around. Any little imperfections in the road, it just wants to do it. It's a little bit like riding on ball bearings, but they have grip. It's a really weird sensation. It takes some getting used to. If you are doing a lot of tarmac and a little bit of off-road, I wouldn't bother with these tyres. If you are doing 50-50, I wouldn't bother with these tyres. But as you know, I've got the Africa Twin for the road, and I've got this for doing the green lanes and the dirts. That's why I've got these tyres. If I didn't have the other bike and was just using this for everything, I wouldn't have put these tyres on. So they're okay. They're not great. They're just meh. That's about it, really. I found one. I came up here ages ago with Tim, and it was all over the place back then, but that was on the old tyres. We're now on the new tyres, so hopefully should be a bit more grippy. It's just peeing down with rain. It's just a really horrible day. I mean, it's really dark at the moment, yet it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But it does mean, because the weather's so bad, I'm going to be the only idiot out here, hopefully. But you can see the water running down the centre of the road. I use the word road very loosely. I've got to be careful on this one because this one's got cars on as well. So you have to be a little careful of something bigger coming the other way. God, the weather is getting poor now. It's like riding through little rivers. It's fun though. It is fun. Yeah, it's much nicer in the dry, I have to admit that. But it's interesting in the wet. Got to watch out for roots. They're very slippery. The whole thing is quite slippery. But I have my magic tyres on. Most people call them off-road tyres, but I call them magic because I don't fall off as much. Certainly is different riding around in the rain. This is the first time I've been off-road in this sort of weather, and I'm weirdly enjoying it. God, it is bloody dark. I can't actually see much, not even with the visor open. There is a hell of a lot of water down here. I don't know how deep these holes are, so we're only going to find out when we actually hit them. Right, this one looks deep. Do we go for it? I am on my own. No. I mean, I can go around it this way. Should I go around it or should I go through it? Let's go through it. I'm not risking it. Do I go through the centre? Because I'm hoping that the big trucks or the 4x4s have made grooves either side, but haven't really touched the centre. But you know what? Let's go up here. He bottled it. He bottled it. I might go through that on the way back. The thing is, oh dear, yeah, it is a little bit. Oi, it is like mush. I mean, maybe I was a bit stupid to come out today, to be honest, but it's not as if I've been accused of that before. It's getting foggy now as well. So a little bit of fog, a lot of water. Very interesting to say the least. I'm weirdly enjoying this. I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy the downhill bit, but we're going to go for it. We're going to go slow, but we're going to go for it. But let's plonk over the front, use that front brake, and use the back to just get out of trouble if I need it. By the rivers of Babylon. It's fucking all over the place. Sorry, it's not a fast one, people. It's very treacherous for me. I'm so glad I got these tyres on. Oh my god. If you was to come down here with the other tyres on, I'd probably spend half of it just sliding on my face. You probably can't pick up the gradient of this on the camera, but trust me, it's a little bit steep. Should I go down that one? Why not? In for a penny, in for a pound. You know when you get the feeling that this is going to be a mistake. It's one of those feelings, but let's go. I've got to trust this front tyre and this front brake. I've got to do it. You've got to learn your trust somewhere, people. And today's that day when we learn the bloody trust. Let it chug along. Oh, this is steeper than I remember. What a div. I just got to keep you guys clean. I mean, this is a sensible idea, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh dearie dear. You cannot know how much fun I'm having right now for all the wrong reasons. I'm going to turn around and we're going to go back up there. You can see why it has so many ruts, because it's still muddy here. This is the mud from that hill I just came down. It's washing all the way down here and going down there. There's a little stream down there. Can you see the mist coming in over the top of the trees there? Yeah, it's horrible. However, we're still gonna go up here though. Oh, what a f***ing idiot. Right, now this is the tricky bit. So this is first gear in the rut, feet down or covering both sides and just persevering while it spins and goes all over the place. We made it, folks. We made it up that one. So I've got more confidence going up than down. Oh, my butt's wet now. These waterproof trousers don't seem to be that waterproof. Whose stupid idea was this? I'm not going through there. If I was with someone else, I'd go through there, but by myself, it's not really worth the risk, is it? Oh, big one here. Oh dear. That's a little bit different, isn't it? Rain's certainly starting to pick up now. Still got to get myself some decent goggles. I've got some, but they pinch the top of my nose. They're so uncomfortable, and they still steam up in weather like this. So at the moment the visor's open and I'm drinking a gallon a minute. I need like a shelter so I can change the battery in the GoPro. We keep going as long as I can. This is another byway, lots of horse shite on it. Again, shared with cars, so a little bit careful. But I'm guessing I'm probably the only idiot out today. Oh dear. Whew! Certainly picked the right day to come out, didn't I? Tropical sunshine. Do you know what though? I'm still having fun. I don't really care. I am wet, I'm soaking wet. These waterproofs are leaking through, but it's not cold, and that's the main thing. And I'm out here and I'm having a bloody laugh. This is so much fun. Yeah, it's horrible weather. So if you don't get in horrible weather in England, you'll never go out. I can't remember where this one comes out. I suppose we'll find out when we get to the end. If I get to the end, it might get too treacherous and then I have to turn around. Right, going downhill now, so I'm going to plonk it forward and you know what I'm going to do. Feather that front brake. Do you know what I need to do before I get to this downhill section is turn that bloody ABS off. There we go. Stop being a rookie. So we'll go second gear and just roll it down on the engine braking. Dabbing a little bit of back brake as we go. Right, so I'm going to go centre. It's a risk going centre though. I know in the centre it should be more stuff for me to ride on. The road should be higher where the edges have been worn away by the cars. I know this, but because I can't see it, it's messing with my mind. So let's try this one in the centre and we'll see how we go. Oh, fuck it, I'm committed now. Ah, it's not bad actually. Yeah, if you stay centre, you don't fall down the ruts. The problem is you cannot see the ruts, so therefore, if you get your back wheel or front wheel in one, you're falling in. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. It's like a swamp. Hope there's no alligators. I don't know why I came up here. I should have just gone through. It's more tricky up here because now I've got to go down again. So let's go down. Nearly fell off. It's probably because I was in the wrong gear. Right. Oh dear, there's a lot of puddles. I mean, there's a little path up there I could have taken. I told you there's been a lot of rain over the last couple of days. It's very slippery. Oh, I'm so glad I've got these tyres. I am so glad. Right. I mean, you wouldn't be out on your sport bike now having fun like this, would you? No. Oh, still stunning out here though, even though the weather's terrible. It's beautiful to be out. Just plodding along through country lanes. Oh. Oh, steep downhill now. So, got to tighten that buttocks up. This is all over the place. Right, so let's think about this. There's a big hole there. Let's go right and then left a bit. You've got to remember is when you put your feet down, if you've got ruts either side, There's no floor. Right, another water one. Let's just go for it, see what happens. Not too bad. It's just weird because the mud is so dark and the overhanging trees, you can't actually see a lot. I mean, this is the first time I've done this lane on my own. I did it with Tim, but it was a lot drier than this, and I only fell off 3 times on this, I think. Just got to go for it, haven't you? You've got to watch out for as well is they put rocks in them to fill out the ruts, so you don't really want to hit a big stone or a brick in the middle because you don't want to damage your wheel, and 2, you don't want a face full of puddle. That's probably the more important thing. Wheels can be fixed, but pride, oh. Make a good video though, wouldn't it? Face first in a puddle. Another weird thing about having tyres like this that I'm not used to is when it goes out of shape, if you give it a little bit of throttle, it kind of grips and brings you back in. It's not a natural kind of reaction, and it's one I'm getting used to. I think I might have a puncture. Please no, because I'm in the middle of bloody nowhere. That was oh Jesus Christ, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that to go over the top of a 21-inch front wheel. That caught me off guard. Oh, I am so soaking wet, it's unreal. But great day out again. Just had me Red Bull. Now we're going back up that one we just came down, the one we're almost drowning that puddle. We're going back up here. Right, which one was the deep one? Can any of you remember? I'm going around the edge of this one. Was it this one? Oh, we're going to find out. Yep, it was this one. You probably knew that before I did. My memory is terrible, and it was only a couple of minutes ago I went through it. This sand is nice to ride in. It slides, but it slides progressively. It's really nice. And the more I do this, the better I get. The more practice I have, the better I get. Because you know the saying, practice makes perfect. Now, I'm not saying I'm ever going to be perfect, but the more confident you are and the more skilled you get, the more fun you have. You're not shitting bricks every time you come to something that looks a little bit treacherous. That's a nice bit of slidey. I was spinning all over the place then. There's a lot of water coming down now, and that's a deep rut on my left, and I've got to try not to headbutt the trees as well. But oh my god, this is fun. I highly recommend it to anyone. Oh, we're getting proper rivers now. Alright, just take it nice and steady. Always wanted to slide me down into that little gully on the left. But these tyres are resisting well. Come on, my babies. I didn't think it was going to rain this heavy today. I knew it was going to rain, but it didn't say. We'll be riding in rivers. Oh, that's a biggie. Even since coming down here, this has got more and more wet. There's a lot more flowing water coming down. But at least it'll clean my bike a little bit. Let's go this way. I'll tell you what, if you've got one of these bikes, a 250 Rally, and you just ride it on the road, you're wasting its potential. I know it's not a full off-road bike, but it does it. It does it really well. And I've only got stock suspension. I've changed the tyres, as you know. I keep banging on about them. But it's just stock suspension. Everything is stock on it, apart from the tyres and the bar risers to make it more comfortable for me standing up. Well, hit a rut, that one. Do you know what? When it's raining heavy, I'm going to head out more often. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying having this all to myself. And I'm actually enjoying the challenge of riding down these little rivers and streams. Yeah, it's a little bit slippery, but it's teaching me. I'm learning stuff. It's teaching me. I don't know why I said it that way. Yeah, I'm learning stuff. I'm learning not to be afraid of a lot of things. Going back a couple of days when I got back on this bike, when I changed the tyres, I was nervous after falling off all those times in that video. But now, do you know what? I'm not that nervous anymore. I'm still aware that I could fall off at any time, but do you know what? I'm having a blast. This is so much fun. I mean, where in this country do you get to ride up rivers? That was a big one, that was. I thought it was a little dip. It carved a big rut there. I had to just pull the front up. There wasn't any skill, that was just brute force getting that over there. So there you go, this is the end of this video. So from this beautifully horrible day, I've had a great day actually. I've learned so much today. My confidence is coming back in leaps and bounds, and I really enjoyed that. Yes, it was challenging, probably not for you off-road guys that do it day in, day out, but for me, a newbie that's coming into this kind of enduro off-road dual sport kind of lifestyle, I enjoyed it and I felt like I learned a lot. So on that note, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought about this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to do all those things that you need to do. Also, hit that notification bell so you guys can get the drop on these videos. I shall see you on the next one. You know I love you all. Stay safe. Fish out.
Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead, get gone. Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead and get gone.